People have $1,000,000 and $1,000,000,000 ideas daily, and you have to trust your gut and go for it. And if you fail at it, that's great. I mean, you know, I wish I was there to high five you, because it just means, you know, nudge, nudge, change something, do something a little bit different. I mean, every failure is definitely a gift, and it just should not stop us in our tracks.
The second you say, I don't want to grow anymore, you just pretty much killed your life. Your life is pretty much flatlined at that point. You have stagnated it. I hope you had fun while you were growing, because that's about the most diversity you're ever going to get thereafter that point. And this is the comedy of it all, because most people avoid the challenges, they avoid the problems, they avoid the obstacles that are in their path, because they think, I don't know, I don't really know what they think. It's easier, or it's too difficult, or whatever it is. They end up not really living life at all. The funniest part is that it is all of those things, the challenges, the obstacles, the difficulty, the bumps in the road, that actually cause us to grow, that actually make life interesting, that actually make life rewarding, fulfilling, and all the other things that we actually want.
Our eyes are not viewers, they're also projectors that are running a second story over the picture that we see in front of us all the time. Fear is writing that script. Now, fear is going to be a player in your life, but you get to decide how much. You can spend your whole life imagining ghosts, worrying about the pathway to the future, but all there will ever be is what's happening here, and the decisions we make in this moment, which are based in either love or fear. So many of us choose our path out of fear disguised as practicality. What we really want seems impossibly out of reach and ridiculous to expect, so we never dare to ask the universe for it. I'm saying that you can ask the universe for it. Life doesn't happen to you, it happens for you. As far as I can tell, it's just about letting the universe know what you want and working toward it while letting go of how it comes to pass. Why not take a chance on faith? Not religion, but faith. Not hope, but faith. I don't believe in hope. Hope is a beggar. Hope walks through the fire and faith leaps over it. You are ready and able to do beautiful things in this world. And after you walk through those doors today, you will only ever have two choices: love or fear. Choose love, and don't ever let fear turn you against your playful heart.
And was trying to find the right framework in which to make that kind of big decision. And, you know, I'd already talked to my wife about this, and she was very supportive and said, look, you know, you can count me in 100%, whatever you want to do. You know, it's true, she had married this kind of, you know, fairly stable guy in a stable career path, and now he wanted to go do this crazy thing, but she was 100% supportive. So it really was a decision that I had to make for myself. And the framework I found, which made the decision incredibly easy, was what I called, which only a nerd would call, a regret minimization framework. So I wanted to project myself forward to age 80 and say, okay, now I'm looking back on my life. I want to have minimized the number of regrets I have. And you know, I knew that when I was 80, I was not going to regret having tried this. I was not going to regret having wanted, you know, trying to participate in this thing called the internet that I thought was going to be a really big deal. I knew that if I failed, I wouldn't regret that. But I knew the one thing I might regret is not ever having tried. And I knew that that would haunt me every day. And so when I thought about it that way, it was an incredibly easy decision. And I think that's a very good, it's if you can project yourself out to age 80 and sort of think, what will I think at that time? It gets you away from some of the daily pieces of confusion. You know, I left this Wall Street firm in the middle of the year. When you do that, you walk away from your annual bonus. And that's the kind of thing that in the short term can confuse you. But if you think about the long term, then you can really make good life decisions that you won't regret later.
Some people say, well, you could have gone to college and been a lawyer. Well, you're right, but you can go to college and be a lawyer when you're 25. And there's nothing that stops you from doing that. The only thing you really have in your life is time. And if you invest that time in yourself to have great experiences that are going to enrich you, then you can't possibly lose. So I always advise people, don't wait. Do something when you're young, when you have nothing to lose, and keep that in mind. And I think that's the best way.
Being an entrepreneur isn't just a job title. It isn't just about starting a company. It's about a state of mind. It's about seeing connections others can't, seizing opportunities others won't, and forging new directions that others haven't. It's about being entrepreneurial wherever you are and in whatever you do. It's about having the courage to give in to a passion for an idea that makes your heart race. And if it doesn't scare you, the idea isn't big enough. Here's what I've learned. We may live in an age of instant messaging, instant gratification, and Instagram, but there is no way to short-circuit the path to success. It takes hard work, tenacity, and a lot of patience. There are many things you can do overnight. You can write a decent paper, you can put finishing touches on a fashion show. I hear you can even have a pretty good time at Roger's Pub. But there is no such thing as an overnight success. It is a myth that glosses over what being an entrepreneur is all about. As Biz Stone, one of the founders of Twitter, put it, timing, perseverance, and 10 years of really hard work will eventually make you look like an overnight success. The good news is that if you're willing to pursue your passion, put in that hard work, and believe in yourself, you will succeed. That's something I didn't know when I was your age.